Hey, Frankie, hurry up and reply to me already. How much longer do you plan to keep me waiting?
Huh?
What do you think about the wedding venue I just sent you? Do you think it's a bit too nice looking? But you only have one chance in life to give a wedding, so it's best to go all out, right? Do you think paying around $100,000 for it would be fine?
I really do not care about you guys' wedding. I'm asking you to please just leave me alone and never send me these annoying text messages again.
Huh? Aren't you being a little rude, calling my messages annoying? This is all about your important little sister's wedding.
I think you meant to say sly little backstabbing sister, right? I cannot believe that you are going to marry Grant.
Well, of course I'm going to be marrying him. After all, he and I are like two peas in a pod and are inseparable. And by the way, how long are you going to carry on being upset with us? All of that built-up hate you have is not great to carry around and will only make your life more miserable.
Huh?
I get that you want to act like the victim here after having your first ever boyfriend stolen from you, but you never really had him stolen in the first place, right? He came to me saying how much he loved me, and I just said okay to him. Yet you continue to call me a little backstabbing sister all the time. That is so rude of you.
It's weird that you phrase it as if you're only saying okay to him. If you had any respect for yourself and your sister at that moment, then you should have said no and told me about what happened. It's not okay to say okay to your own sister's boyfriend like that. But you did that anyway, and then you continued to go out with him behind my back for some time.
Well, having him tell me he loved me was something I only ever dreamed about happening. He told me about how much he's always been in love with me and that he would much rather have me over you. It was so amazing how hot that confession was to me. I couldn't even think for a second before I went and said okay.
Huh?
I'm sure hearing all of that is like salt on a wound to you now, right? You had finally gotten yourself your first ever boyfriend, yet it turned out he only ever started dating you in order to get closer to me. Of course, I also had a boyfriend at the time, so his only option was to settle for you and wait on me. It was nice of him to say you have a pretty face like mine since we're twins, but he told you that I am the far better choice in terms of character. That was a bit rude for him to say, right?
It really was. I had never noticed something going on behind the scenes, and had even talked with him about everything like marriage and having kids. So strange, though, at that moment you left your boyfriend. He would go to you and confess how much he's in love with you. From my point of view, you both were in on this the whole time, and I consider the two of you complete and utter jerks for that. The worst that mankind has to offer, really.
And that's why I said this. I said, you can't keep acting like the victim here. You should feel lucky that you ended up with the same face as me. And had you just understood what was going on, you could have avoided all the heartache and just let me have him. But you never noticed he had feelings for me, and that's what led to him having to throw you aside. You can be all upset about it until the end of time if you want, but just don't hold it against us. And if you're jealous of me now because I get to marry him, you should stop that too. I understand that it's natural to be jealous of me, but I'm sure someday you'll be able to find another man.
Huh?
I'm so sorry about that. We both happen to have the same face, but man, is my personality way better than yours. There's me, who's had all these friends ever since I was young and was never dumped by any guys in my life. And then there's the dark little pouting girl who never had anybody love her. You. You have to understand that Grant would never want to love someone like that.
Talking to you is only raising my blood pressure even further and has given me a terrible headache, so let's be done here. I'm asking you to please just leave me alone forever. Go ahead and have your marriage with Grant if you want, but leave me out of all of that. There is literally no benefit to belittling me on and on like this.
You don't have to tell me to go ahead and marry him. I was going to marry him whether you wanted me to or not. But you're still going to come to our wedding for me, right? I have to have you give me a lot of money as a gift, or else I'll never be able to afford what I want.
Give you a gift?
That wedding venue that I just sent you the link to happens to cost a lot of money. However, neither Grant or I have that much money saved up to be able to afford it. And it would be embarrassing for the both of us to have to beg our parents for money, right? So instead of having our parents give us money, we need you to pay for us.
Would you shut up already? I'm not going to that wedding of yours, and I'm not giving you any money as a gift.
So the wedding venue has already been decided on then. The fact that the two of you were able to get back together is one thing, but now that you both will be getting married has made me very happy.
What? Sonny?
It's been too long since we last spoke to one another. How are things with you, Frankie? I was so happy to hear the news that I decided to talk to you again today. I was really shocked to hear about how you and Grant had broken up and all that. I didn't get to hear about all of it, but I'm sure my stupid son was the reason for that, right? However, the fact that you've forgiven my stupid son is very thoughtful of you, and I'm thankful for that. I'm going to make sure to celebrate your wedding with all my energy.
Sonny, I'm sorry to have to tell you this while you're so happy. I didn't get back together with Grant.
What? But you're going to get married, right? I was told by Grant just yesterday that he had chosen the place where he plans to have the wedding. Then he showed me a picture of you and him in a dress and tuxedo as you two started to go out looking for what you wanted to wear.
So you haven't heard anything else from Grant about himself then? The woman that Grant is planning on marrying now isn't me. That would be my little sister. She's my twin. Grant and I have not gotten back together, and I don't think we ever will.
What? Your twin? Your little sister?
I'm so sorry that you got your hopes up like that.
Wait. What? Is that really your twin then? I knew for a while that you always had a little sister, but she's your twin?
Yeah. And actually, we both happen to be identical twins, so our faces and everything looks very much alike. Actually, they're indistinguishable to most people. That's probably the reason why you thought that was me in the picture you were shown.
What? No way, something like this is not possible. I've never heard of a man going out with his ex's little sister right after they've broken up. I had just thought that it was you in the picture when I saw it.
So Grant never told you a thing about what happened after the breakup. It so happens that the reason for the breakup is due to him and my little sister.
What? What do you mean by that?
From the start, it seems that Grant was always into my little sister. But unlike myself, my sister's been very popular and has had herself many boyfriends in the past. And at that time, she'd already had herself a boyfriend, so Grant settled with me since our faces are the same. He told her later that even if I wasn't her, we shared the same face and that would have to do.
Excuse me?
Of course, at the same time, I never knew anything about his true intentions and continued dating him thinking he actually loved me. But while we were dating, my little sister broke up with her then boyfriend. Since that was the chance Grant needed, he went to her and confessed how much he loved her. My little sister then said okay to him and he left me for her. That's why in the end we had to break up.
No way. My frickin' dumbass of a son has done something really bad this time. I never thought he could do something so depraved as that to you, to anyone.
I understand how much you liked me when I was dating your son, and I've always been on my side wanting for Grant and I to get back together, but that's never gonna happen after all this. I'm sorry.
You should not be apologizing to me for any of that. I should be the one apologizing to you for him. I'm so sorry about that idiot. I should have done better raising that brat, something like that. What the hell was he thinking doing that to someone like you?
I don't think you need to apologize for him either. Neither of us should. Right now, I've completely given up on those two and no longer want anything to do with them. It's been a year now since the breakup.
But what's happened here is just unforgivable. Ugh, that's it. As a way of making things up to you for my idiot son, I'm going to give you some tickets to one of the upcoming DTS concerts. I was actually thinking that the two of us would have a chance to go together now, and that's why I bought them.
What? Did you really have a chance to buy a couple of tickets to that concert? It was sold out within minutes when I went online to buy them.
I got 2 of them, luckily. I thought that this would be the chance for you and I to finally go see them live as a treat for you and my son getting back together, but... So I'm just going to give these tickets to you as a sorry for what that idiot did. Take one of your best friends with you and go enjoy that concert.
That would be a waste, though. If you can still handle being around me, let's both, you and I, go together. We'd always been talking about going to one of their concerts together back when I was with Grant, right?
But you're his ex-girlfriend, and you ended up being left by him over a very terrible reason. I'm the mother of that stupid little brat, right? Would you really want to go to a concert like that with me?
No way, not at all. I want for the two of us to go there together. To tell you the truth, ever since I was dumped by Grant, I've been wondering what's been going on with you. We become so close together because we both love DTS so much, right? Ever since the breakup, I've been pretty lonely again and not many people to hang out with that are like you.
Saying something like that to me is so kind. Oh, I'm so happy.
From now on, let's forget Grant. Just continue our time together as close friends. Actually, since you're so close to me, I have something I'd really like to tell you.
Oh my, what could it be?
I'll have to tell you in person, okay?
Sounds great. I'll send you those tickets here soon, as well as all the information for the concert. We can meet a little bit before the concert to have coffee, and you can tell me all about what you have to say.
That'd be perfect. I'll be waiting for the concert information.
Hey, Frankie, you're way late. Don't be this late for your own little sister's wedding, all right? Hurry up and get here as soon as possible.
Huh? What wedding are you talking about again?
Huh? What is with that reaction? Before I contacted you about all of that, I gave you the date and the time and the location, right?
I never replied anything to that message, though. I didn't even say that I'd be going.
You think I'm actually going to believe a childish excuse like that from you? It's a bit screwed up not to come to one of your own family members' weddings. I'm not going to mess around with you today, so just hurry up and come. I'm going to be paying for this wedding today, so all of the staff here are patiently waiting for you to come with that gift of money for me.
What? So you told them that you'd pay for the wedding on your wedding day? Normally wouldn't one pay for their wedding weeks in advance so that they didn't have to worry about it anymore?
And our wedding altogether is going to cost around $100,000. We don't have that kind of money to just hand over. So hurry up and bring us that money.
What?
At the very worst, we're expecting to get around $10,000 out of you, so if that turns out to be the case, we'll just barely be able to pay for this wedding. So that gift has to have at least $10,000 in it.
At least $10,000?
You happen to be related to the bride, and you were once dating the groom, right? You have a lot of history with the two of us. So I'm sure $10,000 is totally worth it for all of that fun history we've shared with you. But of course, it wouldn't be wrong to expect anywhere from $30,000 from you, right?
What fun history? Are you really asking me to come to that wedding only to pay for part of it for you? Tell me, how much money have you gotten already in order to help pay for your wedding? And I mean, how much of that money was gifted to you?
Well, we're expecting at least $10,000 from you, and then there's the $20,000 from both my parents and Grant's parents. Then there'll be the money from any other family members and friends, as well as the small amount we have in our savings. That should come out to around $100,000, we're thinking.
You think you'd be able to get that kind of money from pretty much just wedding gifts?
I happen to have a lot of friends, so there will be tons of them coming today. And since both Grant and I are loved by our parents, we expect a ton of money from them as well. So there isn't going to be any problem for us as long as you hurry up and come here with your gift to us.
So you haven't actually gotten any of that money yet. You're just expecting those amounts to come in today.
Of course that's how much they'll all be giving us. I know we don't have any of that money here just yet, but it's coming. No, you need to come here and give us at least $10,000 as well, okay? Then once we have everyone's gifts all together today, we can hand that money over to the staff and have them handle the rest.
All those people you just said you invited? Yeah, they've all come out to my wedding today.
What?
So I'm not sure I'll be able to bring you any gifts today, and neither will the rest of these people. So you're gonna have to find another way to pay for your wedding now. Also $10,000 from me? And $20,000 from both our parents and Grant's? That would never happen, okay? You really did a number on yourselves this time, making up such ridiculously high numbers like that in your head.
Wait a second. What do you mean everyone is at your wedding?
I'm so sorry. I never told you anything about this, of course. You had no idea. Actually, today is the day of my wedding.
Huh? Your wedding?
Just what should be expected of twins, having their weddings on the same day even. What fun.
What? Wait. What are you talking about? If you're having a wedding as well, who are you getting married to today? Grant has been going out with me, and we're having our wedding today.
Who would want to marry that dumbass guy? I'm getting married today to a man I started dating after Grant. He would never settle for me like Grant, and he told me I'm the only one that he loves and will ever love, and it shows.
Huh? Frankie, after being thrown away by a guy like Grant, you were able to find yourself a new boyfriend?
Yeah, someone from my work. He came and confessed to me after work one day. We planned to get married to one another not too long after we started dating, but I made very sure not to ever tell you about it. Today is our 1-year anniversary, actually.
I have no idea what's going on here. I am your family, so you shouldn't have to hide something like that from me. Why did you never tell me about getting a new boyfriend? You left me out of the loop.
When it came to my normal family, I went and told all of them the good news. But you happen to be my little sister that thinks it's okay to steal her older sister's boyfriend. You think I'd ever want to tell a wasted sister like you about the happy things that have been turning out for me?
What the hell? I thought you had been so destroyed from having Grant taken from you by me, yet this whole time you've been happy? How the hell did you get another man like that? And now you're getting married today? Who the hell said you could do that?
I did. I didn't have to listen to a little witch that steals her sister's boyfriend from her and then hides the fact from all of her family.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, good luck with that $100,000 wedding you have there, okay?
Huh? By the way, what did you mean by everyone is going to your wedding? So far, I haven't been able to get anything from Mom and Dad. Actually, not a single person has shown up to my wedding yet. Don't tell me that they all chose to go to your wedding over mine.
Even Grant's mom is here.
Huh?
She happens to be a good friend of mine and wanted to see my wedding today. We're both very close friends after all and really enjoy going to concerts together now. She was really happy to have me invite her to my cute little wedding today.
Stop messing around already! Why the hell would my fiancé's mom be going to your wedding today? That is completely screwed up on so many levels.
Say whatever you'd like about that, but she's the one that gets to decide which wedding she wants to go to. And that's the same thing when it comes to Mom and Dad. All of them knew that my wedding would be taking place on the same day as your wedding, so it was all up to them to choose which wedding they all wanted to go to.
What the hell? There is no way this is actually happening.
But when it comes to friends, I don't have too many of them, so I didn't really say anything. So that must mean all of your friends should still be going to your wedding, right? It was really helpful that you were so popular back in school, right?
There is no point if only my friends come today. I was going to use all the money I'm gifted today to pay for this wedding. I have to get over $10,000 today. But my friends will never be able to give me that kind of money today.
Well, let's hope one of them hit the jackpot and is feeling very generous today. Now I have my wedding to get to, so goodbye. Let the both of us twins have a wonderful day at our weddings today.
Thank you so much for giving such a beautiful wedding today. I noticed that all the songs you had today were from DTS, and that was awesome. I would have loved to have had a wedding like that back in my day. And that wedding dress you had on today, oh, it made you look like a goddess with how well it matched your body.
I should be the one thanking you as well. I never thought I'd be getting a surprise message like that from DTS today themselves. And the fact that you put all of that together for me, I'm so thankful. I'm still so happy about all of that. I'm shaking while I'm texting you.
Oh, I'm sure you are after a day like today. I didn't actually know that DTS would be doing all of that for you, though. I just sent them a message online saying that I have a very special friend getting married soon and that she deserves a special treat from them.
That was so amazing of you, Sunny. Thank you so much for doing all of that for me. But really, was it really okay for you to do all of this for me? I'm not talking about all the stuff you did for me regarding the concerts and DTS, but the other two. All day today, my phone has been getting blown up by both Grant and Alexa. Is it really okay for you to not go to those two's wedding?
Of course it's fine. I didn't want to go see that dumbass have a wedding today. And had I gone over to their wedding today, I would have never been able to show you that message from DTS, right? I would much rather have fun showing you that stuff from our favorite group than go see my son.
Thank you so much, Sunny.
Also, to get those two to stop texting and calling me, I blocked the both of them. So there was nothing bothering me all day today.
Thank you so much again for making your way out to my wedding instead of theirs. Even after this, I'm hoping to go to so many more concerts with you.
I'm wishing for the same thing, Frankie. Now I'll text you the next time I have a day off and we can get some coffee again. Help me, Frankie. If you don't come and help me, then we are both going to be in so much debt, and we'll be in debt hell. I want you to lend me some money right now.
Huh?
This wedding was supposed to be paid for with all the money you all were supposed to gift me. Yet the only people that came to my wedding were my friends. And since there were only my friends there and some of Grant's distant family, he started to freak out and worry about me a little. He thought there was going to be some kind of trouble and left me at the wedding all by myself. And after he ran off, then everyone else started to get up and leave, taking their gifts for me with them.
So, what ended up happening yesterday with your wedding? You barely had any people show up, leaving just the two of you before Grant ran off, right?
You think there was still a wedding after all that? We had to cancel the wedding right then and there, and I had to take off that wonderful dress I had on.
Dang.
But even though the wedding was canceled, I am still expected to pay the full price of it. They told me to pay them $100,000 for that wedding, even though it never happened.
Well, that's how it works. Wedding venue still had to put in all that effort to set up the wedding for you, as well as cook all the food for everyone's meals and get all those flowers and decorations.
So after that, I freaked out even more and called Mom as quickly as I could. No matter how much I begged to them to give me some money, neither her or Dad would hand me a single penny. And when I tried to get in touch with Grant's mom, I learned that she had blocked me already. I ran back home to Mom and Dad then, and when I opened the door to talk to them, they threw water all over me and forced me away. Nobody is listening to a single thing I want to say.
Oh no, so not even Sunny wants to listen to you? I suppose she's really that good of a person.
I thought that since you and I were twins, I could make something work. So I went to her house as well, acting like I was you, since you and I looked the same. I begged and begged and begged for her help with my little sister and her wedding costs. Yet she told me that I look nothing like you, and I made her want to vomit before she too threw water all over me.
Oh my, oh my. Just listening to all this is getting me so excited. I might have been the one to get married yesterday, but man, do I want to cheer for Sunny right now.
This is not the time for those stupid jokes, Frankie. Just do something to help me already. You two and I are twins, so do something to help. Grant is even with me right now asking for you to help us. You would never throw the two of us away, right? You still have feelings for Grant, and I'm your twin sister. I'm sure you got lots of money at your wedding as well, so you can hand us a little, right?
All of that money I was gifted came from people's hearts yesterday, and that's very important to me. So I would never give such meaningful gifts to either of you. I really don't care that you're both going to hell now with all that debt. You and that man you love, well, you guys just do your best there.
What? You're really not going to help us? I'm your only sister, right? Actually, I'm your identical twin.
Bye-bye, Alexa. Starting right now, I'm going on my honeymoon with my husband.
You're lying. Your sister with the same face as you is having a hard enough time right now. You have no right going on a honeymoon at a time like this.
I don't give a dang about your problems, you idiot. Now good luck to your new life being married with all that debt. And right after that, those two went ahead and took on a lot of debt, borrowing money, and used that money to pay off the $100,000 wedding. Because of that, they were both left with completely nothing in their bank accounts, and they went to their parents begging to be allowed back home. However, not a single person, not Mom and Dad, nor Sunny and her husband, let them come back home. And actually, Grant was told that day by Sunny that she was disowning him, so he was never let around his parents again. This then led to Alexa going around to all of her friends asking for someone to let her and her husband stay with them, but every single one of them said that they'd been lied to. Alexa was telling them that she'd never known Grant before they started dating, however all of her friends heard about how she stole him from her sister, and that left some sour taste in their mouth. They all would then tell Alexa that they did not want a couple like that in their place with them, and they turned them both away. After a life full of being so popular and having so many friends to rely on, Alexa was in shock, because all of her friends now abandoning her, which soon led to her becoming very depressed and secluded. Her and Grant now have a very cheap, rundown apartment together where Alexa hides all day, never setting another foot outside the front door.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Hiya! It's been so long, Mom! How have you been doing? Well, I'm sure there's no reason for me to ask something like that. I know you're living such a terrible life now and have no time to be feeling good about anything, so you must be in awful shape. You don't have any money now, nor a job, and that's why you had to be kicked out of our house. Aimee, it's rare of you to be talking to me after so much time has passed. After I had divorced your father, you actually never even bothered to contact me once. Well, I have something to tell you today, so that's why I decided to text you. I'm sure that Dad hasn't talked with you about anything, right? You have something to tell me? Well, Mom, Dad is going to be getting married again. And of course, this time, the woman he's getting married to is a very good-looking and wonderful person. She's apparently even the daughter of some company's CEO. Dad and I are about to become two very rich family members in her household. That's really nice to hear. Tell your dad congratulations for me. Sure. I'll let him know that this is killing you a lot to hear that his life is so much better without you. Huh? I'm sorry, Mom. Only Dad and I are going to be the ones becoming happy. But we're only able to become this happy due to you allowing Dad to kick you out of the house. Thanks for leaving, Mom. You left the house like a champ and never even once tried to fight back. Now that we no longer have to worry about you, Dad and I can start a new life in a very rich family. I can see that. But you don't have to thank me, considering you did all this yourself. The whole reason I was kicked out of the house and forced to divorce your dad was all because of you, Aimee. Well, Dad really likes me, and it makes me laugh. He's never even suspected that I was the one that ruined your cooking, making him think you sucked at making food. And he never knew that I was ironing his clothes instead of you and making them even more wrinkly. He didn't suspect a thing from me, and never believed what you told him, which led to you being kicked out. I really tried my hardest to explain to him that you were behind all of that, but he just told me to stop making excuses and never listened. You even went and deleted all the data on his computer and blamed it on me. When he heard that from you, he told me he had no need for such an awful wife and kicked me out before even letting me speak. I have still never forgotten what happened that day. And just as I had planned, Dad kicked you out and divorced you and is now able to marry a much better woman, a CEO's daughter, and make my life perfect. This is all going exactly as I planned. I'm laughing so much right now that I might piss myself. I wonder if you could call me a mastermind for making up and following through with such an amazing plan. What do you mean this is all going as planned? Are you telling me that you planned for your dad to marry a CEO's daughter? I just made sure to create an environment that made it easier for Dad to find someone to get married to. Apparently at work, every Valentine's Day, he'd get chocolate from one of his coworkers, but he didn't really like sweet things, right? So I realized this and told her that she needed to give him something less sweet to get his attention. So this last Valentine's Day, she did as I suggested, and now she's golden. And this person will be the one your dad gets married to? That's right! Actually, she's not really a coworker, but more of a customer to the company he works for, and recently I learned she's actually the daughter of a CEO. But she's also been working with Dad at his office, so she's like a new hire to him. That's why I think Dad was able to bond with her so quickly after she gave him something he would actually enjoy on Valentine's Day, and they are doing so well together now. And so all of this has gone as planned for you. It's taken me a lot of time setting this whole plan up, but now that Dad is with her, they will be married in no time. I assumed Dad would take her into our house and make her my new mom to do all the chores and cooking, but hearing that she's part of a family with a lot of money makes me way more excited now. She's going to love me so much as her new daughter, and she's bound to find merit in me. I'm sorry, Aimee, but as your real mother, I can tell you there is no merit in having someone like you around. And there you go, Mom. You've heard everything about how your daughter is going to have a new, beautiful and rich mother at home. Now that I'm finished, if you have anything to tell me about, go right ahead, okay? Well, I doubt you have anything special to tell me about yourself. You used to be the housewife here, but after being kicked out and divorced, I'm sure you can't find any work and have nothing. All you get to do is live in a cardboard box somewhere asking strangers for their money, right? Excuse me? Well, I hope you find some stroke of luck that'll help you become something more to this world, okay? You probably won't hear from me ever again now, since Dad and I will become a rich new family members to someone else, huh?
Hey, Caitlin. I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you happen to talk with someone from your previous family?
Well, not really with anyone important to me. Why? What's going on? It's rare for you to ever ask me about my previous family.
Well, I just happened to look into our mailbox at home, and in it there's an invitation to a wedding for someone. The invitation is meant for you, but it seems that this might actually be for the wedding of your previous husband.
What? I got an invitation from him?
I wonder if your daughter was the one to send this to you. And there's a little message written on the invitation as well, asking that you come no matter what to the wedding.
So it probably was from her.
I may only be a high schooler, but I know that you should only be inviting people that are close to you to your wedding, like family and close friends. So it's a bit strange that she'd send you an invitation to your ex-husband's wedding. I mean, you never seem to want to talk about your previous family, so why would she think that it's alright to invite you? Actually, you always seem to hate them for what they did to you, right?
Well, you are right to say that, as I do hate them so much that I don't want to be around them anymore. I'm sure she only sent that invitation as a way of picking on me or something. When I talked to her a little while back, she told me her dad is getting married again. And apparently the woman he's marrying this time has a lot of money. So my daughter wanted to rub that fact in my face.
What kind of stupid reason is that for all this? Then you wouldn't mind me just throwing this invitation in the trash for you, right? You're not planning on going to the wedding, right?
Yeah, go ahead and toss it. That'd make me very happy. I'm sorry, though, that you had to see an invitation like that.
You don't have to worry about it. After seeing who it was from, I assumed it was all meant as a way of making you feel even worse about the past, so that's why I just thought I might ask about it today. I'm glad you won't have to see this stupid thing in person and that I can take care of it for you.
Carl, you are such a nice young man. Hearing things like that from my son really makes me feel so warm inside.
Come on now. This is the type of things any son should be saying to their mom. I think it's pretty screwed up that someone would want to continue picking on you like that, even after all this time. Honestly, your daughter is a real piece of work. I never expected that someone like her in elementary school would be able to act in such a terrible way already.
Huh? Did I not tell you anything about her age yet? She's actually going into high school now. She's not in elementary school anymore, although, based off how she acts, I can see why you might have thought that.
Wait, are you kidding me? Her handwriting? It's awful for someone in high school. Seeing that, I just assumed she was only in like 2nd grade or something like that.
And while I was still her mother, I knew something was wrong with her handwriting with how poor it is. But I could never help her fix it because my whole time raising her, she'd pick on me and never listen because me being a housewife was some kind of sin in the family. I wanted her to practice writing with me, but she never listened. I guess I just hoped that as she continued to get older, her handwriting would improve, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Really? It looks as though you had a rough time with that family then.
But because of that, I'm able to really live a much happier life with you guys as my new family. Well, Carl, I'm pretty much done with my shopping for the day and will be on my way home. Then I'll get started on making dinner for us tonight.
I'll be in my room then, getting some homework done then. I really hope you're making Chinese food for us tonight.
I can do that. I'll make sure to make up some really good fried rice for you tonight with those dumplings you love. Hello? I went through all that trouble of sending you an invitation to the wedding and you're just going to ignore it? If you didn't plan on coming, tell me that then. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just happened to toss that invitation into the trash and totally forgot about it. What? You received an invitation from the daughter you love so much that you went ahead and threw it away? What do you think you're doing, Mom? I get that you're jealous that Dad married a woman far better than you, but you can't just ignore me because of it. I'm not jealous of anything, so you can calm down there. I don't really have any thoughts about your dad getting married again, actually. Say whatever you want. I know deep down you are dying to have someone come and love you the way Dad wanted to. I bet you were really hoping Dad would come back for you and make you his housewife again, right? But that's too bad, Mom. Dad happened to marry a CEO's daughter. He would never want to remarry someone as disgusting as you anyway, so you can run along now knowing that you'll forever be alone. But I'm already married to a new man, so you really don't have to bother yourself with talking to me again, okay? Let's just all go our separate ways and focus on the new families we have. Huh? Hold your horses, Mom. You got married to a new man? You were kicked out of the house and divorced as a housewife, so there's no use in having you in anyone's life anymore, right? What kind of brainless idiot decided it'd be a good idea to marry you? You're being rude, Aimee. My husband is a very wonderful man. He has a lot of pride in himself as a doctor and feels responsible for me as his wife and wants to make sure I'm always doing well. He might be a bit strict around other people, but to me, he is always a very kind-hearted man. He loves me with all his heart, and I do the same for him. Liar! You want me to believe that the man you married is a doctor? If that's really the case, then he's bringing in loads of money, right? How many times more is he making a year than Dad? Please do not ask me such rude questions as that. You don't even have anything to do with him and his work. I see. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about you and your life anymore either. I'm the daughter of someone who is part of a very rich family now and have no need for you. I don't even really care about your husband's money. That's not what it seems like to me. You seem to care a whole bunch more about me and my new husband, even though I don't want to hear anything about any of you guys anymore. Hey, Mom. Next time, do you want me to come and see you? You haven't even seen me since the divorce a long time ago, so I think it'd be nice to allow my mom to see her daughter again. You want to see me, right? What? Why have things changed pace so quickly? I don't really think there's anything in it for me to meet my lowlife mother anymore. But I'm going to be kind and give you one more chance to see me in person like you've been wanting to do. I want to hear from you in person about how you got a doctor as a husband, and if that's even true. This will be such a fun and educational experience for the both of us. Huh? I'm starting to think that in the future I'll want to marry a doctor myself. And from what I've heard, people that study medicine are very hard nuts to crack. So I'd like to learn from you how you've made a guy like him love you, if you have been telling me the truth. You're going to want to tell me all about it, right? Your behavior has changed just like that. Ah, by the way, since I'll be coming all the way out to meet you, will you please have some money for me to pay for my troubles? There has to be something in this for me, right? Now, I'll see you next weekend at the bus stop closest to your house. We can go to a cafe together, which will cost you $200. And since I'm going to have to talk with you and everything, that'll be another $500, please. What did you just say? It's been so long since you've had a chance to see your cute little girl, so paying me for my troubles is A-okay, right? Also, you so happen to be the wife of a doctor now, right? So you should have all the money in the world to give to me. Huh? You are aware that I'm the daughter of a very popular woman now, right? So paying me to spend time with you is quite normal these days. And to be honest, $700 is pretty low, so you should be happy. You're finally getting a chance to meet your daughter after that sad divorce. Maybe starting next week you can pay me $500 every month to come out and see you.
Shut the hell up, you stupid loser.
What?
I've been quiet this whole time watching over her shoulder thinking, what the hell? How long have you been letting yourself rot away like that? I can see you have no idea yourself, but do you think that it's alright to talk to the woman who gave birth to you like that? I can't watch you talk like that to her anymore.
What is this? You're not my mom, are you? I'm not ready to talk to someone who I have no clue about.
I'm a very important family member to Caitlin, so I'm not some random person, but someone who has a lot to do. with what's going on here. I'm not going to let you talk to her like that anymore, so I'll be the one talking to you from now on.
Huh? You said you're some kind of family to her? So, are you the man she married recently?
I'm her new husband's son, actually. I'm the son of the doctor that Caitlin married.
What? The man she married brought along a son with him?
My mom died a long time ago in a car accident, so these last few years I've only ever had a dad. I don't even really remember what it was like having a mother until she came into my life. She is so nice to me, and I love thinking of her as my new mother because she treats me so well. We have a whole new family now together, and I don't want you to try to break it anymore. You go ahead and get lost and quit trying to make my mom have horrible memories of the life back when she had to baby you.
What the hell? You are nothing but some brought-along child, you loser. I'm her actual daughter, and she has no room to love someone like you. Now, you let me meet my mother because she's really excited to see me. All you are is a motherless boy who amounts to nothing compared to someone like me with 2 mothers.
Shut the hell up. And you are a freaking brat who is still acting like she needs her mother's nipple to suck on. All you are to her is a bad memory, and she doesn't even call you her real daughter anymore, you freak.
What was that?
That woman that birthed you doesn't want to meet you anymore, so get lost. That's her answer, so leave her and the rest of her family alone. You are not going to be meeting with her, and you sure as hell aren't going to be getting any money out of her either if you try. You might be a high schooler, but from what we've all seen, you need to be put back in preschool.
What is wrong with you? You just came out of nowhere and are already hurting my feelings.
And you deserve to have your feelings hurt, you waste of life. You're not the one that had to be kicked out of the house long ago, so stop whining like you're such a victim. If you want a recommendation on what to do with all this time you have on your hands that you put into making fun of my mom, then go use it to take some more lessons in handwriting. That comment you wrote on her invitation looks like a 2nd grader wrote it. But even that would be mean to 2nd graders now, so I'll say that you write like a 1-month-old.
Huh? What is actually wrong with you? You're really pissing me off now. Who do you think you are? I'm not going to continue talking to you if this is how you're going to treat a cute little girl like me.
I'm sorry, but I'm a high schooler talking to a bratty preschooler about how to behave. And if you want to know where I go to school, it's Jefferson High School, and I'm a senior there. My name is Carl Millington. There. You know who I am now. If you have a problem with me, come to my school and pick a fight with me then.
What? Jefferson High School? And your last name is Millington? I go to the same school and am a freshman. I know you.
What? You know about me?
I go to the same school and know all about you. You might think of me as a preschooler, but I'm seriously in the same school as you, and I can prove it to you the next time we have school. I even have a gym class with you and everything.
What? You're at the same school as me?
And also, you might have gotten 1 or 2 love letters from me before.
What?
I was a bit too embarrassed about it to write my name on them, but they were all from me. But I never thought you'd become my mom's new son. This is like one of those sexy drama stories, right? It's like you and I are meant to be together forever then, right?
Now that I think about it, I could barely read most of those letters you wrote. So those were all meant to be love letters? I just thought some elementary schooler was putting those in my locker somehow, and I just threw them all away because I couldn't tell what any of them said. I seriously thought some kid's younger sibling was putting those letters into my locker on accident or something.
What? Calling my handwriting that bad is really mean. I put a lot of time into writing all those for you.
But come on, your handwriting is horrendous.
You really think it's that bad?
Well, I'm really shocked now. I never thought something like this would ever happen to me. Well, that's alright because now I have the perfect opportunity to tell you that I hate your guts. So please stop putting those crappy letters into my locker. There's your answer, by the way.
You're kidding, right? Hold on. Something like this should not be happening to me.
The only thing that shouldn't be happening is someone your age acting like a baby. Now, don't you ever talk to my mom or I again.
I never heard about how you became Carl's mom. I was so looking forward to the day he started to notice me, but now you've gone and ruined everything between me and him. Well, I never knew anything about you wanting him to notice you. And how would I have known that you went to the same high school as him? You haven't even spoken to me for the past 3 years now, so it's not like I knew where you were going. Well, I started to go last year. I started just before Dad started to go out with the woman I set him up with. Actually, she was the one that recommended I go to Jefferson in the first place. So I went along with her recommendation because I thought going there would help me become a beautiful woman just like her.
Jefferson High is a private high school, right? There happens to be a lot of very well-off kids going there right now, which is why I'm a bit surprised to hear that you go there as well now.
But with what's happened between Carl and I have no choice but to change schools. I haven't even been able to make many friends this year, and now there will be no chance. I was even supposed to get a new car and start going there instead of by bus this spring.
What? Is that so? I know that some people your age get a car if they live far away, but you're within walking distance, right? You shouldn't even need to take the bus, actually.
I know that, but my new mom doesn't want me taking the bus anymore and wants me to have my own car. She told me that she doesn't really want a daughter, and since Dad brought me into the family with him, she wants to reduce any responsibility she has for me. So she'd rather me take a car to school instead of having to rely on her and the bus to do all that. This is why she wanted me going to this school in the first place, so that I could learn to manage things on my own. She's even asking that I start working a part-time job to make some spending money for myself.
She seems like quite the woman herself, that daughter of a CEO.
This is all going to hell, Mom. Dad's even happy to see me get a car so that they don't have to drive me around anymore. I was at least looking forward to having the freedom of having my first boyfriend, Carl, by having my own car, but that's not going to happen now either. I don't even want to go to school anymore. But whenever I tell Dad that, he tells me to grow up and get out of the house.
Really?
I asked him if I could just change to a public school close to the house and get away from Jefferson. But he keeps telling me it's too late now and that he's already paid for me to be there. He's so mean. I just want to drop out of school and spend more time at home with my new mom and all her money.
I see. Well, I'm not going to say anything about that. You have to be responsible for your actions at your age, and this is the perfect time to learn how to be a young adult.
What?
Are you really going to get this upset over everything? You kicked me out of the house and had your dad divorce me, and you don't see me giving up, right? It's your turn now to have a lot of weight put on your shoulders, Aimee.
But I...
Do you understand what it's like to have everyone in the family go against you? You must be able to see how it feels to want to go home to your dad's, but have him tell you he's not helping in any way. It's a lonely world now, a cold one. I felt that exact same way back when I was your mother.
I'm sorry, Mom. I understand how you felt now and totally agree that it sucks. So maybe you and I can meet each other now? I won't even ask you for any money this time. I just want to meet my mom. And I just want you to listen to me talk about how tough my life is.
I'm sorry, Aimee. I can't do that.
Why not?
I do feel sorry for you, but it's far too late to be asking me for something like that. I already told you before that I don't want anything to do with you.
You're lying, right? I'm your real daughter.
And I was forced out of the house by my real daughter. On that day, my love for my real daughter was also forced out of the house, and I no longer wanted it.
But Mom...
So now that you understand my feelings, thank you for this message. But you don't have to tell me anything else about your life, so please stop talking to me. You have a great time now. After that, according to what I heard from Carl, Aimee got that car from her stepmother and was forced to take care of herself. But she found it harder and harder to find happiness at school and was always seen walking alone with nobody to talk to. By the way, when it comes to my ex-husband, I thought things with him and his new wife would be a lot better now that they removed a lot of their responsibilities to Aimee. However, that CEO's daughter really loved spending her money up. So although they were able to experience a life of luxury for a little bit, once her money ran out and her parents wouldn't give her any more, it was over. Now those two live in a house that's slowly getting worse and worse as they spend every day fighting one another. There are a lot of rumors coming out about them now, like how my ex kicked his new wife out of the house, and that Aimee had to be sent to an institution for her behavior. Things like that. And over time, those kinds of rumors began to make their way into my ex's office, and his life at work became a whole lot more troublesome.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.